Okie dokie. So, when I was a kid, probably like 4 or 5 years old, my dad owned a lawn care business. And he did this on the weekends as a side hustle. My family was pretty strapped for cash at that time of my life. Nice, pristine, green M&M. So, he worked a full-time job during the week. And on the weekends, he would do landscaping all weekend long. And we couldn't afford a babysitter, and my mom worked on the weekends. So my dad would bring both me and my brother along with him on his landscaping gigs. And he would pay us each like $5 to pick up sticks and sweep the sidewalks and small stuff like that. He always kept a bag of trail mix in the truck for us to snack on throughout the duration of the day for whenever we got hungry. And so I remember I would sit in the truck and I would always handpick all the M&Ms out of the trail mix and just eat the M&Ms because I didn't like the raisins or the pretzels. The nuts are okay, but I'm not a big fan of almonds either. And I remember he caught me doing that one time. He was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm eating trail mix." As I methodically picked out M&M after M&M. He said, "You're not eating trail mix. You're stealing all the M&Ms from the bag, leaving all of the raisins and pretzels and nuts for the rest of us without any chocolate." And I don't know why, but I was thinking about that recently, and I hate to be cliche and make a life lesson out of something that is just a silly childhood story like that, but it's like what Forrest Gump said, life is like a box of chocolates. I would say it's more like trail mix, because not only do you not know what you're gonna get, but a lot of it sucks. In fact, it would be nice if life was like a box of chocolates, because then you have a 100% guarantee of getting a piece of chocolate no matter what you pull from that box. But when you say life is like trail mix, not only do you not always get chocolate, but you're almost guaranteed to get something far inferior to chocolate every time you reach in and grab something. I mean, the ratio of nuts and raisins to chocolate is just completely unproportional. Looking at this trail mix from the outside, I would say that there's at least 3 times as many peanuts and raisins in here as there is M&Ms. And so to make a redundant life lesson out of this, and my dad teaching me not to pick M&Ms out of the trail mix, it's that not only should you not pick M&Ms out of the trail mix, because that's not how life works. You can't just stroll through life hand selecting the best moments, and life isn't always all glitters and rainbows and unicorns. You can't always have the job raise and the pretty girl and the successful family and the expensive car and the $1 million home and a great work life. But it's not how life works. There's also sickness and failure and the promotion given to someone else. You get cheated on. A loved one passes away. You get the point. Life is not just about celebrating the successes, because you don't get to just hand select your life to be 100% happiness and joy 24/7 without experiencing the other side of the spectrum. This isn't social media. What social media does is it allows you to just day after day post all of the M&Ms of your life without showing anyone else all the peanuts and the raisins, all the peanuts and raisins you're experiencing. I mean, look at this handful I'm gonna drop. Barely any raisins, or barely any M&Ms in here. Yet we live our lives choosing to only show social media and the digital world the things that are going for us, the successes and the promotions and the glamour. Just like how I was stealing all of the M&Ms from my dad in the trail mix bag. When you live life only showcasing your successes, it takes away joy from other people, because then they start to think, well, why am I not getting M&Ms every single bite that I take? Why am I not getting the job I feel I deserve? Or why am I suffering in my family, dealing with chronic illness for the past 5 years? So my dad taught me how you need to eat trail mix. And this is the unspoken rule of the universe. You have to take your trail mix, grab it by the handful, not looking at what you get, and eat it how life gives it to you. Because contrary to prior belief, life isn't always sweet. Sometimes it's salty, and sometimes it's bitter too.
That's a pretty big trunk on my Lincoln Town car, ain't it? Town car, ain't it? Big enough to take these broken hearts and put them in it. Yeah. Now I'm riding around on the boulevard, trunk bleeding. Trunk bleeding. And every time the cops pull me over, they don't ever see them. They never see them. And I got this black suit on, riding around like I'm ready for a funeral. 5 more miles till the road runs out. I'm about to drive in the ocean. I'ma try to swim from something bigger than me. Kick off my shoes and swim good, and swim good. Take off this suit and swim good, and swim good.
Drowning in the holy waters.
I'm drowning in your holy water. Hold me under longer. Hold this rib that I gave you. Just don't pierce my Under Armour. Undercovers with a laying, and she said a devil colored gun through the teeth at your brain. If you're thinking about another bang, same vintage leather jacket with secret pockets. Skeletons in my closet next to the.
Okay, so I am officially on spring break for law school, so I came back to my hometown where my parents live to visit them for a week, as well as to continue my marathon training. My marathon is exactly 6 days away, and I'm currently tapering, so I don't have as high mileage runs. Today is my last long mile run, and it's only 8 miles, which isn't terribly long considering I've just ran 20 miles a week ago. But yeah, I've got a couple runs to do this week. I've got a lot of studying and catch up that I need to do for law school, as well as just catching up on some overall sleep and resting, because life has just been go, go, go lately. I'm trying to get ahead a little bit because I know that I'm gonna do my marathon on Sunday, and then law school starts right back up the following day on Monday, and so I'm trying to get ahead for my readings and for cold calls that are gonna happen next week. But I thought right now might be a good time to talk about the sort of content and videos I plan on making once the marathon is over. Don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I want to say here that I don't plan on stopping content creation and making videos for this channel. So I wanted to make a little bit of this video to be centered around my vision and what I plan on doing for making videos in the near future. After my marathon is over, I do plan on shifting my priority towards studying for finals in law school, and then immediately after that I have an internship where I'm going to be working as a summer law clerk throughout the summer, and that'll be 40 hours a week. However, the content of this channel, I want it to remain divorced from law school, and it's not a legal channel. I don't necessarily want to talk about law school or interning. That might be stuff I make videos about in the future, but as of right now, the videos I make, I want them to be about lifestyle, philosophy, being a better person, focusing on the relationship I have with my dogs, and going camping with them, and exercising and working out and sustaining mental health. And so, therefore, one of the biggest ventures I've been playing with in my mind for making videos for the rest of 2023 is I want to launch an online book club. I say this having not planned all of it out thoroughly as of yet, but I'm just mentioning it now for any viewers who think that they want or they might be interested in joining me in this venture. And before I explain why I'm doing this, I want to share a little bit of the inspiration behind why I'm wanting to start this book club by showing this video. So we'll watch this video together, and I'm gonna react to it on my phone right now as I'm watching it with you. This is one of my favorite scenes from the movie Good Will Hunting, which is also one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Fine.
So do you ladies,
How often?
do I come here? I come here a bit. I'm here, you know, from time to time. Do you go to school here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. So I think I had a class with you.
Oh, yeah? What class?
History.
Maybe.
Yes, I think that's what it was. You don't necessarily might not remember me. You know, I like it here. It doesn't mean because I go here I'm a genius. I am very smart. Hey, how's it going? How are you?
Good, how you doing?
You want it? I don't.
What class did you say that was?
History. Yeah.
Just history? It must have been a survey course then, huh?
Yeah, it was. It was surveys.
Right.
You should check it out. It's a good course. It'd be a good class.
How'd you like that course?
You know, frankly, I found the class, you know, rather elementary.
Elementary. You know, I don't doubt that it was.
Yeah.
I remember that class. It was just between recess and lunch.
Clark, why don't you go away?
Why don't you relax?
Why not go away?
I'm just having fun with my new friend, that's all.
Wait, we could have a problem?
No,
I don't understand.
there's no problem here. I was just hoping you might give me some insight into the evolution of the market economy in the southern colonies. My contention is that prior to the Revolutionary War, the economic modalities, especially in the southern colonies, could most aptly be characterized as agrarian pre-capital.
All right.
Of course that's your
Hang on a
contention.
second.
You're a first-year grad student. You just got finished reading some Marxian historian, Pete Garrison probably. You're gonna be convinced of that till next month when you get to James Lemon. Then you're gonna be talking about how the economies of Virginia and Pennsylvania were entrepreneurial and capitalist way back in 1740. That's gonna last until next year. You're gonna be in here regurgitating Gordon Wood, talking about, you know, the pre-revolutionary utopia and the capital-forming effects of military mobilization.
Well, as a matter of fact, I won't, because Wood drastically underestimates the impact of social...
Wood drastically underestimates the impact of social distinctions predicated upon wealth, especially inherited wealth. You got that from Vickers. Work in Essex County, page 98, right? Yeah, I read that too. Were you gonna plagiarize the whole thing for us? Do you have any thoughts of your own on this matter? Or is that your thing? You come into a bar, you read some obscure passage, and then pretend you pawn it off as your own idea just to impress some girls, embarrass my friend? See, the sad thing about a guy like you is in 50 years, you're gonna start doing some thinking on your own, and you're gonna come up with the fact that there are two certainties in life. One, don't do that. And two, you dropped 150 grand on a fucking education you could have got for $1.50 in late charges at the public library.
Yeah, but I will have a degree. And you'll be serving my kids fries at a drive-thru on our way to a skiing trip.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but at least I won't be unoriginal.
So, my inspiration for this launching this book club is multifaceted. But the main inspiration comes from that clip because, and I'm not gonna down anyone with an education. Obviously, I have graduated from undergrad, and I'm in law school currently. So, in a sense, I am that pretentious guy who dropped $150K on an education I could have got for $1.50 in late fees at the local library. Although I would never act that facetious in public ever, and I've seen people do that, and I can't stand those kinds of people. Okay, so it's almost 8:30 at night, and I realize that my memory card ran out of room while I was filming that, and so it didn't actually finish the clip at all. So here I am, just gonna finish talking on my little rant really quick. But yeah, I want to launch an online book club where essentially a mentor of mine over the past 2 years or so has been Jordan Peterson, and he has on his website a list of books that he has read that he thinks are great books. And we live in this amazing era right now in the 21st century where 300 years ago, you know, the majority of the populace couldn't even read, and now first graders can essentially read better than the adults 300 years ago. And we have all this fantastic, amazing literature at our fingertips, millions of ebooks and mass market paperbacks and just so much great stuff that you can read. And Jordan Peterson has compiled a list on his website. It's free to look at the list. With a list on his website that are books that he considers to be great and he thinks everyone should read. And a lot of them I've never read before. And so I thought that a good start for this book club would be going on that list, and I'll put the link to that list in the description below, but going on that list and just starting to read those books. And it's not just nonfiction. The majority of the books are fiction, but there's also nonfiction that is historical, scientific, philosophical, and just a lot of, I have read a few of the books and a lot of them are classics, but they're just great books that create a lot of room for intelligent discussion, and it's the sort of thing that would be great to undertake with a group of people. I plan on doing book review videos of those books, but that's not going to be, you know, the main priority of this channel. I also plan on, the priority always will be lifestyle and me and my dogs and, you know, my relationship with my girlfriend and working out and running, but this is something that I just kind of want to add in addition to the channel, is that platform of discussion where anyone who's interested can read along the same books I'm reading and get into a Discord and discuss the topics of these books. Anyway, that's just sort of a preview of what's to come and what I'm wanting to do. And I will probably formulate and reveal the whole entire plan after my marathon, after focusing a couple weeks on studying for law school, and we'll go into the summer launching this online book club. It's just something, I've always been a nerd. I've always loved reading. I love writing, and I think a cool thing is I'm currently writing a book right now. It's a fiction book, but the cool thing is that if you do this read along, oftentimes when you write, the things that you are reading while you're writing oftentimes influence the way that you write and the things you write about. And so it's cool because anyone who partakes in this book club will be reading the same things that I'm reading as I'm writing this book. Therefore, whenever I end up releasing this book to the public, you can see the ways that the several books that we read together during this book club have influenced me and my mindset and my themes and archetypes that I interject into the book. So, didn't mean for that to be a huge nerdy rant. Like I said, that kind of content isn't going to consume this channel. It'll always be about me and the dogs and camping and working out and all sorts of fun activities, but that's just something that I wanted to sort of allude to ahead of time for anyone who is interested. That way you can go ahead and check out the list of books and see if any pique your interest. That's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and the marathon is coming.